Oh shit.
Okay, good. Popping it with trouble. This is live and direct, an absolute full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J. Smith. Craig Smith returning to the 901
Actually, 662.
662. Nigga, you the 901 by metropolitan area, nigga. 662. Okay, but we can do that. but he's returning to the Memphis metropolitan area. You know what I'm saying? By way of the 2-5 shit. And that's what I'm gonna start calling that shit. The 2-5 shit, because that's what the fuck it is. The 2-5 shit. It's worse than Memphis. And if you're in a city worse than Memphis, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But anyway, not to down my people, my local people in Memphis, because I do get a lot of love out there, man. Uh, you know, this is your boy Jimmy J Smooth out the 832. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. If you don't, your motherfucking bitch ass better get a goddamn clue. You know what I'm saying? So what's popping and what's dropping, man, for you returning to the 662 slash 901. You know what I'm saying? So how does it feel going back to the Memphis metropolitan area?
A breath of fucking fresh air. That's all I gotta say. But I had to, I had to come back, man. You know, me being the only one, kind of help my mom's out on some things. So I'm gonna do that. You know, help out as much as I can, help her out as much as I can, and stack my money, man. So I am gonna say this. Hey, I'm saying it live on here. Huntsville, Madison area's been real. I met some good people, and I met some that need a lot of fucking work about themselves, dog. So but other than that, hey, I got nothing negative. I got nothing negative to say other than the fact that my ex-wife ain't about shit. So I'm not gonna talk bad about her on this show. But all I gotta say is it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is on that. Trying to make like that, make like the button that you hit on the keyboard, F5, refresh myself, and everybody tell me, Craig, you need to do this. Hey, let me and not on a knock with you, man. I couldn't even set foot in the state good, and people calling me. I'm like, damn, let me get a chance to take it. Let me get a chance to take a dump somewhere in the South Haven before y'all start calling me, man. Look, you need to do this, need to do that. Leave me alone. Yeah, I'm just saying, not knock on you, Jim, because me and you had to talk about it. I'm just telling everybody this here that live in South Haven, Memphis. Kind of let me have a break for right now. Okay. And let me get my shit together. Let me get refreshed and refocused, because hell, you know how it is, man. You're trying to get yourself together, and then folks rushing you, all this and that. So stop it. I'm telling everybody now that know me in Memphis, stop it. Let me have a little break, and then I resume my regular schedule. I'm not on everybody's regular schedule about what I need to do. I'm on the Craig Leonard Smith II schedule. I'm number one. I'm back. So the original Craig Leonard Smith II is back, and every sentence ends with a period.
Oh,
So
most definitely, man, and that's good that you got out the 2-5 shit and got away from that bullshit. I mean, I'm proud of you, man. I say, man, when you get your money stacked up, man, come on down to the 832, or go down to Dallas, Texas, or go down to San Antonio, man. Find you a good spot up in Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. We glad you made it out okay. We glad you didn't have to go to jail for whooping some punk ass little snot nose shitty booty ass kid's ass, because he think he's trying to be a man and trying to stud up at my boy. And if I were you, I would have broke that motherfucker finger / arm off. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with me. And that's the reason why I don't fuck with certain people. We've already discussed this on the live stream, but it's all.
mhm.
I'm glad that back well in good health, in live and direct, in absolute full effect. So, with that being said, let's. What's the first topic we're gonna discuss, brother?
All right, man. We also had and I saved a couple of questions too. But we're gonna go ahead and tackle them first. Okay, now I managed to pull them up. Because we got like two little questions. Because man, we got a lot to talk about. We got the dad situation to talk about. Jimmy Butler. I feel like putting Karl Anthony Towns on blast in that regards too. And also we're gonna be talking about the hating that Alabama's still getting. But matter of fact, let's go on to that, man. I like him. Big shout out to my boy Danny Cannell. Okay, me and my boy, big shout out to him. Trey Murph calls him the Gator Killer because every time when Florida State played Florida, Danny Cannell stayed whooping the Gators' ass. And and shout out to Jacquez Green with Dale Anthony. They can vouch for that. But he made a tweet this morning, last night, said something about, wow, Alabama recorded 2 straight shutouts on a passing offense that ranked 104th and 109th nationally. Okay, why the hate? Because let's face it, LSU they're trying to get their offense going. They haven't had a good passing game since Les Miles was there when they had Zach Mettenberger when they ranked like 9th in the nation. They was 2nd in the SEC in Mettenberger's last year. Okay. So in Mississippi State, I mean, they're a different breed of cat. Nick Fitzgerald is what he gonna be, is what he is. So they still trying to get that Penn State offense installed, man. But I say that right here, at least that Penn State offense at Penn State is more pass and run based focus than what Mississippi State runs. So they're gonna have Mississippi State and LSU gonna have to speed their tempo up just a little bit. But let me say this. There was a guy, even Mike Golden Jr., not Jr., was senior, had to put Danny on blast. And one of the guys, I think he's a Florida fan, made this good point, said, okay, let's not forget that Ole Miss, which was 7th which ranked 7th in the nation in the past, shit, Alabama shut them down to 100 to less than 120 yards of total offense, and they only scored 13 points. And then I forgot there was another passing team that was ranked nationally. They shut them. Now Missouri, they was like 13th in the nation in total offense and 8th in passing offense. And they shut them down to 130 yards. So I'm trying to, Danny, I love you, but I like you, dude. And you give and let's face it, Danny, and with him on ESPN, Danny don't bite his tongue on nothing, dog. He don't bite his tongue on nothing. But I gotta give him some peroxide to put in that bite on that tongue, man, because he gotta come with the facts now. But as it's looking on the playoffs, we may have Alabama playing Notre Dame and Clemson playing Michigan. And Michigan's status in the playoffs all depend on them if they beat Ohio State. And it just seemed like every year, man, every time when Michigan just have it going, Harbaugh just like his brother, just like to fuck up against Michigan. So, I really, and Jimmy, you may want to get cut me off on live on the air on this, but if it's looking what I think it's looking, I hope LSU plays Oklahoma. Because I am so sick and goddamn tired of Oklahoma. And Oklahoma State had them beat yesterday. I watched that game. Mike Gundy was on some fuck shit with that coaching, man. He should have just ran the ball on that 3rd and 1. And they had them beat. They had Oklahoma beat. 2 years in a row, you lose to them by 1 point, the same score.
That reminds me of Kentucky. I think it was like 4 straight years when they had Jared Lorenzen. They lost to Florida by 1 point when they had that fat, big heavy set defensive tackle looking white boy. They damn near in those 4 years that he was the quarterback, because he broke all of Tim Couch's record, but the dude was too fucking. But they had an opportunity to beat Florida 4 straight years and lost by 1 point all 4 straight years.
Right.
They gave Tennessee a scare a couple of those years during that timeline as well. So that's just like Kentucky doing the same shit with those guys. Now with Oklahoma State, the fact that they're an in-state rival, that's a bigger rivalry. That's a bigger rivalry than Tennessee versus Kentucky and Vanderbilt or Florida, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. But you know, that don't make no sense. I'm in total agreement with you. That don't make no fucking sense. And Mike
And
Gunn,
then I hate to say it, as much as I like Mike, I'm a man. Come at me, I'm 40. I think Mike Gundy finna be I'm unemployed. Come at me next year, this after this season. Cause I don't because from what I've been reading, him and the booster Boom T Boone Pickens, they don't get along for some reason.
yeah. But I mean, jumping on another subject, what do you think about the University of Memphis yesterday in that impressive win over Tulsa? What do you think about that one?
I haven't been too much following Memphis, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not sold I'm still not sold on Norvell. I'm not, because like I said, I've had my opinions about him still, but like I said, and the ball that quote from Dusty, late great American Dream, Dusty Rose, if you will, baby, he needs to speed his tempo up just a little bit too. And he along with several other coaches need to speed their thinking tempo a little bit. But I don't know what the final score was on that, but Norvell gonna have to sing it and bring it with Houston. He gonna have to make me change his opinion depending on how he coaches his game against Houston.
Well, all they need is this one more win next weekend. I think they're bowl eligible. Hold on, let me make sure. I want to look this up for sure. I think they're bowl eligible to get a win this weekend, so Houston won't be. I mean, of course, I think they want to beat Houston, but I don't think it'll be big as a bitch in the hoe. Then okay, so they just need to go to SMU, beat SMU. They're 6-4 right now, so they just need to win over SMU to be bowl eligible. You know, to be for
Okay.
sure, because they'll have a winning record at that point, and they'll be for sure bowl eligible. You
Okay.
know,
Well, speaking of bowl eligible, big shout out to old Herm Edwards. They got it done. His first year, he got it done. Bowl eligible. Magic number was 6. They beat the shit out of shit Kelly's UCLA Bruins. So if he can close it out against Arizona, next I think whatever their next 2 games would be, if they beat there, if he can close up these next 2 games, man, they gonna make some noise in the New Year's Bowl. So big props to Hermel was in his staff at Arizona State. He stuck his word about keeping some things. Uh, can you hear me, Jimmy? Because I had the phone further. I had my what's called further away. I was rearranging some stuff.
yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, big. Like I said, big shout out to Hermel was and his staff at Arizona State with Antonio Pierce and Keith Mawai and all them other guys. And he stuck his word. He said he wasn't changing no offense. He'll have input on defense because he said certain games that he'll game plan. Like the Stanford game. He said he game planned that one. He said, but a lot of things went right, and then just some things kind of went wrong on their end. So I think Arizona for Herman his first year, yeah, 8-4, 9-4, that's good. If they go 8-4, 8-5, hey, that's a good year. I don't consider 7-6 a good year either. I consider that learning curve, but at least, like I said about with Herm Edwards, I mean, at least he had the experience and he got the and with his coaching, he him being experienced in the coaching game and stuff like that. See, he can do things like that. So big props and respect to Herm Edwards because I think, and I speak for him on this. Matter of fact, I said we meaning myself and Jimmy McWright. We speak on this in regards to Herm. I think he to shine this shoe up and I think he can shine that shoe up a little bit even further and put it in all the mouths of his haters talking about that he was too old to be coaching in the college game.
Yeah, and then not only that, he's because sometimes you got people that are good at the pros and not necessarily good at coaching college, and you got people that are good in college can't do shit in the professionals. So with that being said, he did a damn good job, and I hope Herm Edwards build a legacy over at Arizona State as long as he's physically able to build a legacy because he's up there in age and stuff like that. So, and from what I understand, do we still do that motivational talk with players coming in with the rookies?
Who, her?
Yeah, do they still have him out talking to the NFL rookies coming in? Because I know for a long time he was the guy that was telling them about.
I think I would say yes, and I would say no. I don't know. I know. What's his name? Chris Carter. He does it.
Yeah,
Tell him
because
about,
they
about with their
yeah,
money and shit.
yeah, because I know for a long time they had him telling the do's and don'ts and talking about how women be trying to trap some of these guys and stuff like that. He was like the main guy for a long time because there was a lot of guys, especially in the '90s, knocking up random hood rats and shit like that, or random trailer trash, and they were just having babies all over the place. It was a lot of fraternity
Mm-hmm.
going on with the players and stuff like that. So they was like, shit, this is ruining the reputation of the NFL. So we got to get some guys that can tell you from firsthand experience what's going on. And like I say, I have my opinions of Chris Carter, and I have opinions of my opinions of her networks, but they do be, from some of the private conversations that I've heard them speak, they do a good job on trying to lace those guys with game.
Yeah.
So it is what it is with that, and we
See,
need.
Chris Carter can't talk about, but see, Chris Carter, he can't talk, man, because shoot, he left his he with a white woman now. He left his wife to be with some chick that worked at ESPN.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I know this may seem contradictory to a certain degree. Just because a guy make a fucked up move, that don't mean you can't learn from him. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a person that try to learn from everybody I deal with, even if they're a goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? To it, if they're a goddamn fool, then I'm gonna try to learn what not to do. Goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? So that don't mean he can't tell them how not to knock up this random chick over here and stuff like that. This
Right.
you can't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's not the brightest guy in the world. And yes, he said some tap dancing, shucking and jiving, coon shit. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean he can't teach those guys a lesson either. You know what I'm saying? Now, with Ray Lewis is a repeat offender. And this dude got babies all over the place. So, the lesson in that is shit. Don't be like this tap dancing, shucking and jiving coon. That's the lesson in that. But I'm not going to sit up there and say Chris Carter can't tell him anything because Chris Carter, has a lesson, man. And this dude was almost out of the league because of a bad cocaine problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
he said the best thing that ever happened to him was when Buddy Ryan cut him off the team, man. And
Yeah. And he finally apologized to Buddy about that, man. And he found out Buddy Ryan died, man. He took it hard, man. So
yeah,
because Buddy told him, he said, I knew you needed help. I knew. That's why I had to let you go.
yeah, and he needed to be let go, man, because he would have stalled the Philadelphia Eagles even worse than what he was doing, man.
Mm-hmm.
What it is with that, man. So, what other college football talk we gonna talk about?
Well, not much on that because we basically covered two to three different topics all in one, man. Because they talked about the playoff, which I think, man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes,
This
sir.
ain't. I believe these playoffs be predetermined because, like, when the first one they pulled off, because they pissed everybody off in their first playoff, man. Like, why would you, Scott, put Oklahoma in there and these fools had 2 losses and they were bad losses and they put them in. They
Yeah,
lost Oklahoma State, and I forgot who else they lost to. And they got then Ohio State went there and whooped their ass too. So I'm like, why would you still put them in? And I still feel, and I still think that somehow, some way, I would be mad as hell if Oklahoma still getting to a playoff game, but then when they say more likely though, we may see the Rose Bowl rematch between them and Georgia, but that's not the case. Uh, I'm more like I said, I will be rooting for Ed Ogeron if Oklahoma plays LSU because and you know Ed, and I know you're a little disdain for Ed Ogeron, but I'm gonna I have to give him credit as due. Him and Dave Aranda, man, they be pulling some they be coming up with some good defensive game plans. And I think they're gonna be taking advantage of all this and how they can stop Kyler Murray and stuff like that. And ESPN, and I've expressed my total disdain for them, like with shows like First Mistake and all the other stuff. They ride Oklahoma, they be sucking on Oklahoma's balls so much, man. It's a shame. So I think they need to do some change to this playoff system because, like, if you got your top 4 teams, don't base it off of schedule. Don't base it off of who they played. Don't base it off of losses. In your final top 10, and I think I stated this before, take your first top 4, 1 versus 4, 2 and 3, okay? And then you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your remaining 6, your New Year's 6, pair them off. 5 against 10, 6 against 9, 7 against 8, and any other bowls. Don't be skyrocketing some team up on the ranks because they show favoritism or they big booster or you got a little stake in the claim of the Vegas stakes or whatnot. No, make the playoffs even more fucking fair, man. Make it fair.
Yeah, and my thing is they should honor conference champions because even though Alabama won the national championship, and I give them my props, I think they should have honored the conference champions. And if I'm not, and in my opinion, I think they need, if UCF goes undefeated one more time, they need to put them in the playoffs.
That's those guys. And Dan Cannell was hating on UCF and talking about UCF don't play nobody. Bruh, they be playing some Power 5 teams this year. A couple of them.
Now let me pump the brakes on that. The AAC is probably one of the better conferences in terms of football out there. You could argue and it may sound crazy that it is a lot tougher than the Pac-12. You could argue that because people are consistently ranked year in and year out. When the first year of the AAC, I think it's the second or third year, you had 5 ranked teams throughout the whole entire year. That's what Memphis beat Ole Miss that year. You had Temple ranked, you had South Florida ranked, you had Houston ranked.
2015, right?
I think it was 2015, but you had 5.
2015, yeah, that's when everybody was ranked.
Yeah, so they've had some good years. So Memphis is having a bad year. Houston, they having a come along year. You know what I'm saying? So, but don't ever say, and bitches need to stay. And I'm gonna say bitches loosely because that's what the fuck they is. They need to understand that the AAC ain't no joke. You come, it's some Power 5 conferences that play against these AAC teams and don't come out a winner and shit like that. Hell,
right.
Power 5 conference teams lose to motherfuckers like Old Dominion. Shout out to Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm. Who's having a bad year.
So my thing is they need to pump their brakes on that shit. Yes, the UCF is dominating the conference because they obviously got good Florida talent down there. But at any given moment, especially if they play Houston, they could lose that game. They could lose that game and change the whole dynamic of the conference right there. But I'm gonna be rooting for UCF, to beat Houston. Because it looks like they're gonna pretty much wrap up the conference title, even if they lose to South Florida. They're pretty much in a position to make some noise. But hopefully they don't. Hopefully they run the table and they get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't got to play Alabama first. I hope they got to play somebody other than Alabama.
Yeah. Man, I read some stuff on South Florida. South Florida fans, they want Charlie Strong to get rid of the offensive coordinator, man. Sterling Gilbert.
Yeah.
They get tired of them. They see they was used to seeing what Slick Willie was running, and it ain't this shit. And then he get there, he changed the whole thing. They said 2 years of the same thing. You talking about open up the playbook and you still going run, pass, then back to the run.
Yeah, and Charlie Strong need to establish an identity with his offense, what kind of type of offense he prefers, because that's the downside of having a defensive coach. Because he's been a defensive coordinator so many years at South Carolina. He was a longtime defensive coordinator at Florida during the what was that Urban Meyer years and stuff like that. So those guys need to establish. These defensive coaches need to establish what type of offense he wants to run. Like Nick Saban already knows what type of offense he wants to run.
Yeah, he had no choice but to go with the RPO.
Yeah. What's the other defensive coach name? It's another defensive coach in college football.
Herm Edwards. He going straight up. He going straight up. You know, he want because back then he said he realized his tried and true stuff don't work in today's college game, like ball control, cover two defense. He said he looked at Arizona State. He said y'all keep running the same what y'all want to run. You know, he said, but I'm gonna still have input on what I think we, like teams against Oregon and Stanford and everything, what kind of defense that we should run. Okay, like for example, against Stanford now, that man was mixing up. He called basically cover two man coverages on them with lots of guys, and it worked. They lost the game, but it worked because he took Bryce Love out of his comfort zone. It worked, but then I think David Shaw, David Shaw came back with the quickness and Stanford, they finally got them a passing game and shit. So, and then they tried to, and then and David Shaw, he figured out how to beat it. Spread them out, fake a pass, go for a run, and fake a run, go for a pass. That's how Arizona State lost the game. It wasn't a blowout, but I consider that, and I put it like this. I wouldn't mind for Arizona State to be in the playoff. You want me to tell you why, Jimmy? Because they 4 losses, they had good losses.
I agree.
They good losses.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000% on that one, bro.
So
I agree.
But but next subject, we're gonna talk about this Jimmy Butler trade that went down.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I'm put it like this. I think it's good for Philly because Markelle Fultz, he still ain't working. That jump shot still look like pure shit right now. They needed Jimmy Butler. They pulled the trigger on it. I think, and then I really don't know what Philly saw in Markelle Fultz other than the fact ESPN hyped this fool up. And no dude did not have no jump shot. Talking about he's the best player in the draft. Yeah, the best player in the draft that has no jump shot, and he's on a losing team.
Yeah,
a losing Washington team.
I agree. Totally agree with what you're saying on that one, bro.
Because but I'm glad they did, and I'm kind of also glad that the fact guys like Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and a whole bunch of other guys is calling out Karl Anthony Towns on his on his little pissy poor performances. When Jimmy Butler on the floor, he don't want to play. Then when he off on the floor, he can act a fool. Okay, man. And Shaq called the man out plenty of time, and Shaq even told the man he need basically. So many words because inside the NBA, you can't tell them dudes what to say and what not to say. Shaq basically in his nice way told Karl Anthony Towns, quit with the fuck shit and play.
Yeah,
you getting all this money, you playing how you want to play. No, just cause just cause Jimmy Butler called you out, you want to play how you want to play. No, because like he said, if I called you out and you playing how you want to play, I'm gonna let you have it. Hey, Shaq wasn't playing, man. Shit, Charles Barkley neither. Charles Barkley nor Kenny Smith. They all chimed in on that, man. Now, if you did that with guys like Shaq, Barkley, Kenny Smith, oh, and let's just go 1,010 better. You did that with Jordan. Jordan gonna make sure your ass don't play. And Jordan gonna tell you, look, you either step your shit up or you ain't gonna be playing with me anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think it was a good trade on good levels, even though I think they should have kept Covington, Robert Covington. Because
I mean, you got to go. I mean, with the team you got two guys in their prime, which is Ben Simmons and Embiid. You almost gotta put somebody around that could possibly get them over to the top. Now, I think they're still a second round team, but they could easily go to the conference finals because since LeBron James went to LA, the East is wide open at this point. The East is wide open. So I mean, this could change the entire game with them, but they definitely needed a third guy that could score, man. And Jimmy Butler gives them that, and not only that, he give them defense as well. So
yeah, hey, Joel Embiid excited.
Yeah,
He excited.
And Embiid
said, I'm excited.
Yeah, Embiid that dude, man. Embiid that dude. So yeah, man.
Ben Simmons, I see he finally worked on the jumper. He come with the quickness with that jumper now.
Oh yeah. But I still wish they would not put him at the point guard position. That's my issue. That's my major issue with these people is putting this dude at the point guard position with so fucking tall. You know,
this is what I do. This is what I'll do. I'll put Fultz at the point guard position. Since he can't shoot, I'll put him in the point guard position. Since his ass can't shoot, I definitely put him in the point guard position. Had Butler as a shooting. Put Ben Simmons as forward. Whoever the other forward is. No.
He's a forward.
Hold on. This will be the lineup. Fultz, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Embiid. Because see, when they traded Covington, man, Covington ran the two. Because see, Robert Covington, that dude, hey, underrated, but that dude ran he ran the 2 forward position. So you gotta have somebody improvise that improvise that 2 forward position. So
now I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns' statistics, and what it tells me right now is he is on some fuck shit. Because throughout the whole month of November, he's averaged 21 points a game. In the last 5 games, he's 13, 23, 20, 13, and 39. He went 5 of 13 shooting versus the Golden State, which he destroyed last year. He went 5 of 16 versus the LA Lakers. I mean, he is on some fuck shit. He's a hoe. He a full-time hoe. I mean, my thing is
look what Wiggins doing too. Look what Andrew Wiggins doing too.
No, I'm gonna get to this bitch. I'm gonna get to this hoe. But when you have 13 points against Golden State without fucking without my boy DeMarcus Cousins, 13 points. He should be dominating Golden State. With the NBA today, with having a handful of big men, this is mostly a guard-oriented, small forward NBA league. You should be dominating folks. You're 7 feet tall with a jumper, and you having 5 of 13, 5 of 16 shooting nights. Bitch, you need your ass whooped. And I'm glad Shaq, Charles Barkley. I have my personal opinion of Charles Barkley, but again, when it comes to basketball, he could be hit or miss. Because sometimes he be a hater, and sometimes he be saying some real shit. And in this case, he was saying some real shit about fucking Karl Anthony Towns. That's no fucking excuse for that shit right there. 5 of 13 against 2 teams who really don't have consistent center play. You need your ass whooped. You need to be cussed the fuck out. A guy who has a career average of 21 points a game. Last year, he had the best year of his career last year. That's no excuse for that whole ass shit.
Even Shannon Sharp said the same thing. Shannon Sharp, he even said Carl Anthony to quit with the with as he say with the bull jive he doing.
Yeah,
He
and
said Wiggins too. He said, well, he said Matt. He said, well, wait a minute. I ain't got no. He said Wiggins name ain't got no business coming out my mouth.
you're a hoe. The dude is a full-time hoe for that shit, man. I mean, come on, dude. You are all-star. You made your first all-star game because you played well. You played well enough to be an all-star, but you got to stay consistent. You got to stay on top of your shit. These stats, especially shooting stats, when you're getting consistent touches on the ball, you're getting probably like 30 or 40 touches a game with the ball. That's no excuse for this shit. And that's unacceptable. And I'm get on this boy helmet until he gets right up in this motherfucker.
That's true. I mean, and speaking of blowouts, speaking of his old team, Kentucky, I ain't a Duke fan, but we Coach K fans, okay? But
Okay.
I love Jimmy. I loved every minute of. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. John Calipari deserved that ass whooping. 118 to 84. Duke wasn't playing that night when they whooped up on Kentucky. So as we know, and you even said it, Coach K is the new king of the one and dones. He knows how to do it better than Calipari.
Yeah, because he's going to coach them. That's the thing about Calipari. He's going to coach those guys into success.
You mean Coach K?
He's going to coach those guys into success. He's going to coach them to at least be a role player in the NBA, which is why he consistently.
Calipari coached them dudes to be the way he want them to be.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. And like I say, I'll say this again. Calipari has the best system in college basketball, but he can't coach worth a damn. And Calipari has only beaten Coach K one time out of I'd probably say out of 7 or 10 games because they play Duke every year almost.
Kentucky. And don't forget in that NIT back in 2004.
Yeah.
Duke beat that Memphis team by 1 in the final.
Yeah.
And I was pulling for Duke on that one.
Yeah, but even then, like with Coach K, it looks like he about to win another national title. And I could see Coach K after this year possibly retiring if he gets another title.
Might be a successor though.
Duke has made enough championships and Final Fours. I don't know right now. Maybe Capel, maybe, and I'm saying a big ass maybe. I don't know, but I think if Coach K gets this one more championship, this 6th championship, I think he's gonna retire. I mean, unless he just loved the game of basketball to the point to where he gonna coach until the grave. I mean, but I can see him retiring. I'm just saying. Yeah. I can see him retiring. I think he really.
I don't see.
Yeah.
It's got to be something majorly happening now. My boys, North Carolina. I mean, they got to improve. They got to pick up their pay. They got to step their game up a bit too. But I don't see. I'm put like this. I don't see Coach K leaving the game no time soon, unless it's a catastrophe. Something catastrophic happens.
I mean, with him, I don't think anything bad is going to happen to him at this point, unless he's just sick. And he has had a few surgeries over the last few years as well. So I mean,
his surgery and but I don't see Coach K leaving no time soon. But
I think with the type of legend he is, I think he's the type of guy to want to retire on top. I think he wants to be on top when he retires, and I think this is one of those years to where it could be his last. And don't be shocked if this does happen. I'm not talking about too many things, especially of this magnitude. So I think you could see him like one of be on top because he's been on top for so fucking long. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, man. I mean, over the years that he's coached at Duke, man, his teams have been no lower than number 3 or 5 in the conference standings. I mean,
No, I mean, hell, even his worst team, even his worst teams, they still finish on top.
yeah, and we're not talking about the first 4 years because he had to rebuild Duke from scratch. But
Yep.
after his first 4 years with Johnny Dawkins and Jay Billis, who he came in with number one recruiting class, those guys consistently made the tournament. And the
Yep.
only reason why they didn't make the tournament in 1995 is because he had to take a leave of absence. But other than that, they made the tournament consistently every year. They made
Right.
the tournament consistently every year. And Coach K is that guy, man. And with what's that dude name? Zion and that other guy,
RJ
Barrett,
Barrett.
RJ Barrett. Those are 1 and 2 in the fucking draft automatically, dog. They
Yeah.
show. Go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you about what Zion Wilson and what I like about Zion Wilson and RJ Barrett. Zion is consistent, and he did address about the fact about he know he doesn't have a good outside jumper, but he put it to the test against Kentucky when he hit that 3-point in dude's face. Barrett, my only problem with Barrett, he's selfish as fuck. But
Yeah,
that boy was nailing them 3-pointers on the ass. So and he can play some D. The only I think the only weakness is with this Duke team. I can't judge by one game, but Zion gonna be their weak. Zion is gonna be their weakness because he gets into foul trouble. I mean, dude finished. Dude could have had 40 points that night if Coach K hadn't set that man down for the rest of the game because he got into foul trouble because he did some old. Because Coach K got him making some old stupid old fouls and stuff like that, so he set that man down.
but I'm gonna
But
tell you about. I'm gonna tell you about that boy. That boy is 280 pounds, but
yeah,
he's not a 280 pounds. That dude is lean fucking muscle. Like
that's all it is.
that dude is lean 285 pounds. Because most dudes, even at 7'6'11", if they 285 pounds in the NBA, best to believe them motherfuckers is sloppy. They got a big ass bowling ball stomach underneath their shirt, man. This dude is solid. This dude is solid, man. So, but when that boy, and then he can run the floor beautifully. Go ahead.
Big shout out and Skip Bayless pointed that out undisputed. He said he can understand guys 6'7", 280 to between 280 to 285 at that size can run slow. He said, but with his speed, he said that's scary. Skip Bayless said that's way. Skip Bayless said that's way past scary. And I gotta agree with him on that, man. That's way past scary.
This dude run fast breaks like he's a shooting fucking guard. I mean, beautifully. And I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat this Duke team. They might have come out with 1 or 2 losses, but after they learn from their losses, if they do lose, they finna be
Dominant.
They finna dominate, dog.
In Carolina, like I said, I think Carolina, my boys in Carolina, they're gonna be like a 4-loss team. So
yeah,
if Roy Williams can break out of his mode, can you hear me still?
I can hear you live and direct, brother.
All right, just making sure because let me apologize to my viewers if y'all hear me making a lot of noise. It's me kind of straightening some stuff up. But man, they because Carolina, I think they picked up the pace a bit, man. The other day, and they blew the shit out of somebody because they first game against Warford, man. They offense they do that shit every year with this offense shit. They got to figure out what the offense is. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that MO. It's not just with basketball coaches. It's with all coaches. Well, we gotta see how our offense is first before we can determine everything. And then but But they picked it up against somebody, man. They blew up. I guess they were trying to show Duke up, but see, here the thing: Carolina blew out of nobody. Duke blew out of somebody, and I just wish I wish Carolina could play like at that level too. I mean, because Carolina got a couple 5-star studs too, man. They got a power forward and a center. But see, here the bad part. Okay, because I gotta look at Duke's lineup. I think Duke got, like I said, 3 freshmen. Ain't nobody talking about that 3rd freshman Duke got. But Carolina, with this power forward and this center they got, when they both can go outside and shoot the 3-pointer as well, that's scary itself.
Yeah.
And also, dude, another team that everybody talk about right now, Nevada, because they coach what's his name, Eric Musselman. He's following that Mark Few blueprint. So he said he he said he can get about at least 4 transfers, as much as he can, and then he said he recruits within like in the Reno, Las Vegas area, and at times he has to go to and if need be, he even has to go to Compton, California, just like Mark Few. But because see, Nevada, look them up while you're on your thing there. Nevada Wolfpack, they rank 7th in the nation. They got these 2 badass twins, man. They kind of like remind you of the Morris brothers.
I'm doing that as we speak. Hold on, Nevada Wolfpack. Those 2 guys mixed up. Nevada Wolfpack basketball. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, they're number 7. They beat Pacific. They beat BYU. They played Little Rock, University of Little Rock, and California Baptist. They play Tulsa. They're starting off with BYU's never a slouch, so I'm not even gonna say they.
No.
I'm not even going to entertain that idea of saying that shit.
No, they slouch, bro.
They play Loyola of Chicago though.
Yeah.
And they play Loyola of Chicago on the 27th, so that's not going to be an easy win. They're playing a hit or miss schedule.
Yeah, because that's what their coach does. He said he taking the blueprint from Mark Few. And you say you schedule the best to see how your team really plays. And speaking of playing, Tom Izzo need his ass whooped. How the hell your team gonna shoot 55% from the field overall, 6% from 3-point range, and you still lose to Kansas? You beat them in every statistical category, and you still lose the game.
And they got blown out, didn't they? Because I was
no, they lost by 5 points.
Hold on, let me. Hold on, because when I was
no, they didn't get blown out. They lost. Jimmy, Michigan State lost by 5 points. How the hell can you?
I'm saying this because Kansas was up pretty big on them throughout the game, and I was watching this same game when I was at Gus's Fried Chicken out here. Okay. And I posted that. So they were up pretty big when I saw this. That's why I was asking about that. They were up pretty big for a good ass minute, dude. So yeah, but they lost by 5 points. Correct. Yeah, they lost by 5
points and beat Kansas in every doggone statistical category. Then they're gonna say all the Woods brothers giving us trouble. You got 3 big men that can handle them boys, man. Come on. But I'm gonna tell you something. Kansas is going to be a team that's not going to win a national title. They're going to pull a Virginia on everybody.
That remains to be seen because they're pretty experienced with the team they got. They've got pretty good experience. So I say if Duke don't pull it out this year with that talent they got, which I'm looking, I got Duke as the forerunner. I say Kansas could possibly be like second behind them. And I'm not counting out Kentucky. Kentucky was just going up against a way better team than Duke. I mean, They were going up a way better team in Duke, I should say. Not
Mm-hmm.
they were going up against a way better team. So Kentucky could make some noise this year. I'm not saying they will, but it's strong possibility. So I say those three teams could be very, very dangerous because they got the Lawson brothers. Dedrick Lawson scored 20 points to lead the way, but Kansas need to tighten up though. I'll say that because for you to have a big ass lead on Michigan State, they were whooping Michigan State's ass. They whooping Michigan State's ass like they stole something, and then end up winning by 5. They need to step it up though. But they do have a lot of experience there though.
Right.
So yeah, it is what it is with that, man. But yeah, Nevada Wolfpack, that could be one of the non-conference teams that do the damn thing, man. Because they play a pretty decent schedule in the non-conference.
Mm-hmm.
And they play some tournament teams, as in South Dakota State. They were a tournament team last year.
Right.
BYU, you can never sleep on them. They played they were a tournament team, so they play a pretty good schedule coming in. So
right, and don't sleep on. Hey, remember when that guy got on us about got on you about not talking about Gonzaga? Never sleep on Gonzaga.
Gonzaga
we stand by that.
Gonzaga play North Carolina sometime this month, so that's another thing.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna determine where both teams are at this year. I'll say that.
I'll say that's the game that's gonna separate the men from the boys.
Yeah, because like I say, Gonzaga you gonna see where both teams are in that department and stuff like that. So,
right.
But college basketball is looking magnificent this year. What do you think about the University of Memphis from what you saw and what the highlights told you?
I don't know nothing about them. I haven't been following the University of Memphis in that regard, man.
From what I'm looking at, I think a struggle that Memphis may have if they don't step it up. I'm looking at it from the first game, and I want Penny to do good, but their shooting was not all that hot, and that could be a problematic.
Right. But I can say though, I'm gonna give a big shout out to my boy. He graduated from the Southside class of '95, Kevin Haley. I think Kevin, he was him and Penny. They were in all the branch scouting one of the top recruits here in Olive Branch. But DJ, I think Kevin is a scout for him or something. But hey, if he made it up to that level, I mean, hey, congrats to him.
DJ, talking about they scouted out DJ Jeffries, right?
Yeah, DJ Jeffries.
Oh, he signed. Yeah, he signed with them.
But I'm just gonna say this though, man. Even though sometimes I think even though with Southside, and I'm gonna end it off on that subject. Only produced one good caliber talent at this school, which is Vic Payne. I gotta say, man. I mean, Kevin. He deserves a shot like that, and I think my boy Kevin will make a good head coach, because his fucking basketball IQ will put everybody else to shame, dog. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm giving him the ultimate compliment there. And if anybody know Kevin Haley, don't go back and say, man, Craig Smith was talking bad about you. No, he know me. I can't say his nickname, and he'll kill me on that one. But his basketball IQ will make these so-called ESPN analysts and all these other little stuffs that these dudes is getting paid to, sometimes they're getting paid to talk, to think with their ass and talk with their ass more with their mouth. He'll put them to shame. But if he the scout for them, I applaud him, man. Because
I'll tell you something else about Olive Branch. Olive Branch was one of two teams last year that beat East High School throughout the entire year, and Olive Branch was nationally ranked. This, for a team, because Olive Branch over the years, they've had some great basketball teams, but they just couldn't do it over there in Mississippi. Last year, they got a little state title up in basketball, and that's due to a lot of kids from Memphis and their parents moving to Olive Branch. So I knew ultimately that was gonna, they were gonna get a championship at some point. And Olive Branch could easily dominate 5A out there in Mississippi easily because they got a lot of kids from that area, coming out there. And not just them, but the neighboring metropolitan schools like Holly Springs and those guys, they play Memphis teams year in and year out. So, and they've won a couple of state championships over the last 10 years. So, I mean, man, my hat's off to the Olive Branch program out there, man. And keep up the good work. Yeah.
Yeah, and sport news, they got Corey Wolf sent a polo. I'll check that out later. Sport news ranked what you call from East High as the number one recruit right now in the nation. Old boy from East, they got him as the number one recruit.
Yeah, and that's only the fourth kid out of Memphis to be the number one in the country because some would argue Richard Madison out of Northside was number one. Some, Penny definitely was number one when he came out of high school.
Right.
Some people ranked what's that kid from ECS, even though I didn't see him as number one. The kid that had that transfer issue, he was ranked number one on one of those websites. So, yeah, if he's number one, then hey, I think Penny is looking like Penny might get him. I'm saying this is looking real strong that Kentucky might lose another Memphis recruit because it was looking like James Wiseman was going to go to Memphis. And my only issue with James Wiseman is he get into foul trouble too bad. He get into foul trouble too much. And if East did not have the roster that they had last year, they probably would have lost that state championship just on him fouling, getting in foul trouble the way he did. But it was the thing that they had Coach Penny as the head coach, and they had a deep roster because with the roster they have, those kids can play for any school, not only in Memphis or in Tennessee, but probably in the nation if they so choose. So yeah, they have a pretty deep roster. So it didn't affect them. What was that kid? Lomax carried the load and he ultimately fouled out. So, but they were good enough to where that didn't affect them. That didn't affect both of those guys fouling out didn't affect them at all. And
right.
So with that being said, I think East High School may win another state championship with those guys on the floor because they still got a lot of those kids that was coached by Coach Penny still on that team out there. So I look for them to still be nationally ranked. They might not be in the top 10, but they probably be like in the top 15 still. And being Hampton, that area, it's talent to come out of that area in football and basketball and in track and field anyway. But
right.
with them having that foundation that Penny already laid down, they're going to get another championship, maybe two. And then to go along with that, Treadwell High School was closed down because of the fuck shit that was going on. They how they do with the gentrification over there. But that helped out East High School as well when they shut down Treadwell as well. So it helped them out real good. But I wish they didn't shut it down, but it is what it is with that. But
and hey, let me let me give a big shout out to one of your alumni members, Oak Haven alumni members, Erica Brooks. Her son is being courted by 13 different football coaches.
Congratulations.
They were, but and don't know what school he played football for, but she put on her Facebook said that he was on the phone most of the day with 13 different coaches. So we don't know who they are, but big shout out to her son Xavier. Hope he does well wherever he land. If he land with Nick, and I'm gonna say like this: if he lands with Nick, he gonna be playing. He will definitely be playing.
Oh yeah, man.
But I'm gonna
Man,
say this though,
congratulations.
don't stay ass in Memphis. Go somewhere where you're gonna get noticed. Don't stay ass in Memphis.
Nah, I
Mike
say,
Norvell ain't gonna give a damn about you. Look how he got rid of that cold quarterback, that JUCO quarterback he had in favor of the slow white boy.
yeah, yeah. I say, fucking. Uh, I say go to Alabama. I mean, I say go to Alabama, man, or one of these SEC schools that could possibly compete with Alabama. And I use possibly it loosely.
Mm-hmm. Don't go to
So
Auburn either. Auburn's a lost cause.
yeah,
No offense,
Auburn ain't gonna
no
be.
offense having ass.
Auburn
No
ain't
passing offense having ass motherfuckers.
Auburn ain't gonna be good for a good ass minute. I'm just gonna be honest. They too inconsistent. So
True.
yeah,
That's true.
they too inconsistent right now.
That's
But
true.
but one topic I wanted to jump on uh, is voting. And I noticed it was a lot of the Negro shaming committee members came to the forefront and trying to use shaming tactics to get people to vote, to get people around my age to vote. And here's the thing:
Go ahead.
I'm
I'm
at
listening.
I'm at the point now to where if you're not going to give us specific tangibles for Black people, there's no point in voting for some of these motherfuckers. I will say this: local elections are important. Statewide elections to a certain degree are important. But if you're not going to offer Black people specifics and tangibles, don't get up here and bring in your biscuit head motherfuckers like Roland Martin, old old Nerf football head ass, trying to shame.
Bad joke. Bad joke telling. Bad gets on Tom Joint and tell bad jokes and ain't funny ass.
Yeah, you got this motherfucker Nerf ball head ass, talking a gang of shit about Black people who not voting. My thing is this:
Did he
you,
vote?
I'm pretty sure he did, but he has an agenda behind it. He probably got paid off by some of these by the Butter Biscuit Brigade. He probably got paid off to people to stomp down on Black people. Here's the thing: you're going to have to bring more than just all inclusive shit with other groups, because there's other groups, from the Latinos to the Asians to other minority groups, so-called minority groups. They're getting specific tangibles. Black people need specifics. We need. I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of Black people gonna disagree with me, and a lot of Black people gonna tap dance when I say this. Black people need reparations for all the shit we've been through in this country, for all the things we built this country. Without Black people, you do not have the United States of America. Because this country was built on the backs, on the slavery, on the free labor of Black people. And you guys want to still talk about, well, we helping out minority groups instead of being specifics. And then you coon ass Negroes out here, you old lady gang, you old tap dancing ass, 1975 ass, I got my ass beat in Selma ass coons out here talking about, well, we fought for the right to vote. I got my ass whooped just for Black people voting shit like that. You need to vote. Shout out to John Lewis, coon ass. I got my ass whooped in Selma. I took my ass whooping Selma. You bring these motherfuckers out trying to convince young people to vote when we see the game. No, you're going to have to do better than that. You guys are going to have to do better. You guys are going to have to bring something stable to the table, like my old catchphrase say. If you're not going to bring nothing stable to the table, go somewhere with that fable. You should not sit up here and try to shame people for not being played, basically. Because that's all these people are doing is playing Black people, are playing young Black people, and people are getting woke. Ever since you put this damn fool Donald Trump in the office, Black people are getting more and more woke as we get on. and people are shaming people because Stacey Abrams lost the election. But the thing about Stacey Abrams, you have not done any talk about anything specific for black people. You know, this dude from Florida, I don't know much about him, so I can't speak.
No.
From what I'm looking at, Stacey Abrams is on this LGBT shit. You don't see her with no dude or nothing like that. You don't see her with no man or nothing like that. And she's already brought out specifics for the LGBT community. So, you know, my thing is you gonna have to bring something stable to the table and stop selling black people and young black people in particular fables. Black people need specifics. We need protection from these fucking race soldiers. There need to be a punishment mechanism against these motherfucking race soldiers who just shoot a black person and then get a GoFundMe money after the fact that they shoot a black person unlawfully. You know what I'm saying? And don't get on somebody else's ass or some people's asses. This thing about the Wolf Chase Galleria, where these black people being arrested because they had hoodies on, and you got black people talking about, well, what did they do? They must have been doing something out there. Okay, if you're gonna play that little game, how about you boycott that motherfucker? Because as much as I like the Wolf Chase Galleria, I'm not gonna sit up here and invest my money into a mall that's gonna consistently discriminate against black people. And you got black people talking about, well, we got badass kids. Granted, we do got badass kids in Memphis.
You got badass white kids. You got badass white kids here in South in Mississippi and in Memphis also. So hey, so where we at on that now? You know?
Exactly. And that should not give anybody the right to discriminate, to openly discriminate against a kid because he got a goddamn hoodie. That don't give you a fucking right to discriminate against a kid who got a goddamn hoodie. And when I come back to Memphis, I'm not fucking with the Wolf Chase Galleria. As a matter of fact, I may just piss outside of the Wolf Chase Galleria just for you fucking with my black people. You know what I'm saying? I might get arrested. Yeah, I might. That may happen. But I might. But for you, but you're not doing any better. You're not doing any better by openly discriminating against people. Are you discriminating against a white person because they have a hoodie? Are you discriminating against another group of person because they have a hoodie? Y'all need to cut this shit out. And people in Memphis need to shut that shit down. And you coons need to shut the fuck up about you doing this stuff. That motherfucker don't have. If the motherfucker wasn't doing nothing, he shouldn't be openly discriminated against. And it's a goddamn motherfuckers that's cooning and buffooning, and you know they don't ever think that they may get discriminated against. That motherfucker in Dallas who got shot by his girlfriend, he didn't think he was gonna get killed. That dude in Sacramento, he was cooning so hard, he didn't think he was gonna get killed by a race soldier, but it happened. So black people gotta number one, politicians offer us some specific, offer us some tangibles. Don't sit up here and go to our black churches, you know, where a lot of these people gonna be docile, and you trying to sing hymns and trying to play the saxophone like Bill Clinton did in the 90s. That ain't gonna work no more. That shit don't work no more. Bring something stable to the table. If you're not gonna bring something stable to the table, keep your ass right where you at. And that's all I gotta say about that specific subject.
Yep. And you know, I'm like you in many ways, man. I'm gonna say this. I did vote in my last months in Alabama. I did, but I'm not the one. And I tell a buddy of mine, you know, you can talk to me, a friend of mine, and it's just like, and I'm gonna say this. Why is it just niggas? It can be, you know, just niggas in general. Men and women, that we all niggas. Why is it so hard for them to follow simple fucking directions? If I tell you, hey, I don't feel like talking, the only way I will talk about Trump is he impeached. I don't want to hear shit else what this motherfucker got to do. Don't come tell me you understand, but I will end the conversation right then and there, the phone conversation right then and there. Because that's the only way I will talk about Trump. And, you know, like you said, with all the stuff been going on, like with the wolf chase and everything, hey, you can call me up on the loop on the whole about and a lot of other shit. And, if, you know, folks will say, oh, Craig got to touch on a lot of shit. No, I ain't out of touch on nothing. Hey, I just ain't. I just don't keep. I don't keep up with a lot of shit. I don't, and I'm like my mother in regards about the news. You get sometimes when you turn the news on, you find yourself turning away from it. And shit. And I was gonna say it here. I got sick and tired of as a fucking kid being told need to read a book and do something, listen to the news. I told my pops one time, I said, man, fuck the news. I was 15, I was 14 years old. I told him, man, I said, man, fuck the news. Shit, because you get tired of hearing the same shit over and over. What's going on here? What's going on? This and that, yada yada yada. You know, so I kind of, I agree with things what you said about, with black people, especially here in Memphis, about what they need to do, but that's asking too much. Because you got people that don't know how to that don't know how to fucking follow directions. None whatsoever. Period. If I tell you, Jimmy, hey, if you're gonna talk about some politics, I'm gonna stop you in your tracks. I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm gonna bust out and ask you, did Trump get impeached? No, we'll talk about something else.
Yeah, and that's why.
And I mean that shit. I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's just how I am. Do not talk to me about politics if it ain't got shit to do with me. If it ain't two things, if it has something to do with me, and if Trump is being impeached, yeah, we could talk. I don't want to talk about it. I'm saying it right here. We don't talk about this shit on Let's Draw on Something. Jimmy don't talk about it on the Jimmy J Smooth Network. I don't talk about it on the phone conversation, and I'm not going to. So I am going to do the one thing that I hate to do, so people will understand, and I'm going to say it slowly. I will not talk about politics.
Yeah, and
unless if Trump is impeached.
Well, you wilding that.
Shit, I'm just tired of it. I love my friends, man. But hey, you gonna do what I ask you to do.
I agree. I totally agree with that, and I just had to touch bases on that because I've seen this all over the place on Facebook, on social media, on YouTube about that. Because I'm not a big politics guy, but I am. I am about social issues. I talk about and talk about social. So that's record.
And I've been touching with on a lot of stuff too, man.
Yeah.
Like one time, my mom's gonna ask me, what's going on about Tennessee Walls? I told mom straight up, I don't give a damn about Tennessee Walls. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Shit. What Tennessee Walls got to do with me? Not a damn thing.
I agree. Totally agree with that.
But I am gonna say the only big news I am keeping up on about with Trump, when he made them little fuck comments about them women that got elected into the that got elected, but different black women that got elected into the office. I say that's a proud moment for me. So right now, hey, Trump, he need to shut his ass up and worry about what's going on with him. Bottom line.
Yeah, man. And also, man, this little hoodie, this little thing I got on top of my head. This is my boy Vino. We created a apparel called Plug Camp, man, and definitely go to his Facebook and Instagram page on below and order you a shirt. Matter of fact, get you about 2 or 3 of them hoes as well, man. So I definitely had to represent today. The shirt I got on, hey, it is what it is, man. It's Plug Camp, man. You know what I'm saying? So get your shirt. Matter of fact, buy you about 2 or 3 of them hoes. So man, we trying to do it, man. So it is what it is. You got anything you want to discuss before you leave, man?
Well, we had 2 little questions, man.
Go ahead. Well, let's do that shit.
The first one, that's what I was doing while I was listening to you. The multitask. This one comes from Candace Q from Nashville. It's a work question. Said, hello, Jimmy and Craig. Said, lately. She said, I recently got my job performance. Said, I recently got my performance review, and I was not too pleased with some things that were said. Can you guys recount on any of your experiences at your job, past or present, any bad marks that were on your review that left you pissed off. I had and she got in kind of detail about it, but she said that she wasn't too happy with some things that was said about her job review, despite the fact she had perfect attendance and everything else. So she wants to know from between the two of us, past or present, can we recount any bad remarks that were on our review? So I'm gonna start with you.
Never. I say never. You know, and that comes to me as a surprise and much criticism I've had on the job. One thing that a manager knew not to do is give me a fucked up review, because I'm definitely gonna get them a fucked up review for sure. So I mean, it was something about me. I mean, and I'm speaking from FedEx to the current place I work at right now, out here in Houston. Never. So I can't really speak on that personally. What about yourself, Craig?
Um, I can't say I can't say never, but my in my last job, I wasn't too pleased with some things that was said about me. You know, like um said something about I do a good job, but I need to stop worrying about other shifts, and just focus on my stuff. And you gotta put people gotta understand something about me, and well, in general, other you know other shifts can affect your work production. Let's just keep it
Yeah,
1,010. If they didn't clean up behind themselves after that or whatever, yeah, you got to turn around and do it before you start on your job. Sometime I'm told that I was basically told in one of my FedEx reviews in so many professional ways of form, I'm lazy. I mean, hey, you got me fucked up on that one. It ain't the fact that I'm lazy; it's just the fact y'all asses don't motivate me. So, and then I think that was another thing on my last job, with my last job I was with too. Yeah, I was pleased with the score, but just some of the comments, man, the passive aggressive. I mean, you go ahead. I'm like this. If you're gonna come with the passive aggressive with me, especially on the latter part, the aggressive, you better back that shit up.
I agree.
If my numbers, like if I'm pulling in some damn good numbers during the day, you ain't got no business saying no aggressive, no passive aggressive, negative aggressive shit about me. Just
Yeah.
some things people need to keep to themselves. Am I still mad about it? Yeah, I'm mad about. I was mad about. I was mad about that shit for the longest, dog. You know, uh, but like you said, hey, you give me your review you give me, my review I give you be based on what you give me.
I agree.
That's how I work. Cause if you give me an F to one, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you one right back as a receipt.
Oh, you're gonna get the business from me, but hopefully, I mean, fortunate for me, I haven't been in that position where I've had to uh, hold somebody, for lack of a better term, like that. What's the next
Right.
question?
This question comes from a Dallas Cowboy fan 45. I think I heard him before. With the latest news about Dez Bryant signing with the Saints and then completely injuring his Achilles tear, do you think this is it? Yes. After the video I posted up on YouTube, Dallas fan, yes, because they say he suffered a complete tear to a point. Even if he gets surgery, he won't be able to play ball anymore. So I feel bad for him on that. It sucks, but damn, that sucks. It's just like what I said about on the video about when WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Nash, he came back from a try some he had some form of injury, a little tricep injury, and then his first night back in the ring, he tears his quad. So shit. I mean, I feel bad for Dez, man. I mean, even though he do say some little fucking coon. He caught fire with a lot of folks on Twitter one time for saying some little coon shit, and then he had the nerve to come at Shannon Sharp like that, and Shannon Sharp had to put him in his place to handle the business. That sucks for Dez, man. I mean,
Yeah. Um, I wish no ill will on that dude, even though he did do some tap dancing and eyes bucking and shucking and jiving. So
and hot dog.
Yeah, I can't really wish an injury on a guy like that. I just don't have that kind of heart. But
No, I don't have it either. But this sucks.
I hope he stacked up enough money to to I hope he stacked up enough money to where he won't have to worry about that. Because I know they get paid. It's almost like getting paid in the NFL and other sports league. It's almost like lottery money. So you know
Mm-hmm.
you get that money all at once. Because like I say, they only get paid during the season, not throughout the year. So I just say, man, wish the best of luck for that brother, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't wish no ill on him either. I mean, whew, they said the man suffered a complete tear. They
Yeah,
said the man couldn't walk on it or nothing like that. Because normally, like you test something like that, you can be able to walk on it. But shoot, look, don't take my word for it. Look at Dan Marino. He was slightly the same after he tore his. He said he's still feeling. They said now he has to walk around with a small lift on his for his foot because they said the man he did like a spaghetti noodle type tear on the main part of the tendon. Because they said if he had a lift, he'd be all kinds of effed up. But
yeah,
damn, I I hate it for him, man. But Des, we wish you the best. Hey, wish you the best, dude. So no doubt on that.
yeah.
No. Well, other than that, man, I don't have nothing to add, Jimmy. All I can say, I think this is a great show because we came clean on a lot of stuff about some things, and I can say that I'm glad to be back in the 662. And like Jimmy and the bar, my little quote when I say from Jimmy J when him representing 832, y'all know how he do. I'm back in the 662, and and y'all know how I do with this redo. And so, anything you want to add, Jim?
Man, nothing else, man. Like I say, just go to my boy's YouTube page, Craig Smith, the Craig Smith the second, man. Y'all sub to this boy, man. He got some good material, man. And like I say, I'm gonna stay on that boy Helmet about bringing you more material. So don't worry about that. He gonna bring the heat. Definitely subscribe to my page if you're new to the page. Definitely go to my boy's social media page, at both his Facebook account and his Instagram page, and get you one of these plug camp shirts, man. Matter of fact, get you about two or three of these hoes, man. So yeah, we do own the trademark to this as well. So yeah, so it is what it is.
Most
So
definitely.
once again, it's your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how I do. And this is your boy live and direct, you know what I'm saying, out the 662 by way of the 901, by way of the 773. You know what I'm saying? And this your boy, man. So your boy Craig Smith with Jimmy J Smooth. So holla at me.
Peace out, fellas,
All right.
folks.